Let's start with transport in plants. And this one is an easier one if you know the concept of uh, uh, osmosis and the solution depending on osmosis. Three types of solution: hypertonic, hypotonic, and isotonic. And how the water molecules they move from higher concentration to lower concentration. Are you aware of all this, everyone? Okay, you are aware of this sum. So, bacha, what happens? So, the transport in food, the theory based for this purpose, on this purpose is mass flow hypothesis or mass flow theory. It is also known as pressure flow theory, and it was given by the scientist Munch. So pressure flow theory or the mass flow hypothesis for the food translocation in plants, it was given by the scientist Munch. Now, according to this theory, the food is translocated between the source and sink by following the Turger pressure gradient. Now, I have used two words here. One is source and the other is sink. So, what is source? Source is the cell, bacha, where the food is being synthesized. For example, a leaf cell, where food is being synthesized by the process of course, photosynthesis. So it will be a leaf cell. And the sink will be the cell where the food is required. So the movement of food will be from source to sink. So the source will be a photosynthesizing cell. In most of the cases, in majority, it will be a leaf cell. And the sink cell will be the cell where the food will be required in the plant. It can be a root cell, it can be a cell in the stem, it can be a cell in the branches, flower, whatever it is. So sink cell will be the cell where the food is required. Okay. Now this food is going to get translocated from the source to the sink following the Turger pressure gradient. Now Turger pressure gradient, when I'm telling you this, it is just like when the molecules move from hyper to hypo side. It is just that. Okay. So let's see what's happening here. Let's say this is a safe tube cell, and beside this safe tube, there's going to be a companion cell. Okay. As we know that phloem has safe tube, companion cell, plus some phloem parenchyma and sclerenchyma. So they will be around these cells only. So what happens when the food is synthesized in the plant? It will be synthesized in the form of glucose. It will be synthesized in the form of, if I talk about the synthesis, it will be synthesized in the form of glucose. But the food is translocated in another form of carbohydrate, that is sucrose. Please remember this. The food is synthesized in the form of glucose, but it is translocated in the form of sucrose because glucose is highly reactive. Glucose is highly reactive, and being so reactive, it It can't be. Yes. It can't be translocated from one point to another. Because बीच में अगर कोई reaction हो गया, it will react to some other compound. तो जो हमें चाहिए वो नहीं मिलेगा, कुछ और बन जाएगा. Right? So it is translocated in another form known as sucrose, which is a disaccharide. Sucrose is made up of which two units of carbohydrate? Can anyone tell me? Glucose and fructose. Yes, correct. Glucose and fructose. Glucose is a monosaccharide. Fructose is also a monosaccharide. Fructose is just an isomer of glucose. And these two combines to form sucrose. Okay. So, the food is translocated in the form of sucrose. And food in the plant, it is stored in another form. It is stored in another form, that is starch. Very good, Soham, starch. So, तीनों चीज में अलग अलग फॉर्म है ग्लूकोज का. प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस. इट इज सिंथेसाइज्ड in the form of glucose, translocated in the form of sucrose, and gets stored in another form known as starch. In animals, the food, the glucose, it is stored in which form? It is correct, glycogen. Good, glycogen. Animals में glycogen के form में store होता है, while in plants it gets stored in the form of starch. Okay. So, what I was telling you, let's say these are the sieve tube and companion cell, and there will be some adjacent cells present around them. So let's say यहाँ पे sink cell present है, sorry, source cells present है. That will be a leaf cell, and it is going to get synthesized. It is going to synthesize the food in the form of glucose, and that glucose will get converted in the form of sucrose then. Okay. So let's say this is the sucrose that is being formed here. Now this sucrose will enter the companion cell first. Companion cell can also be present towards this side as well. So yes, this food will enter first into companion cell because the nucleus is present there and it is going to regulate all these functions, right? So the food will enter the companion cell first, and then ultimately it is going to get inside the sieve tube cell, again by following the pressure gradient. Why? Because here there was hypertonic condition, in air there is less hypotonic condition, so it will move from hypertonic to hypotonic cell. Okay. Now once inside the sieve tube cell, when it starts becoming hypertonic, the water from the surrounding xylem tissue will also going to get enter into this cell. As you can see, xylem is present here and the water is entering into the sieve tube cell. Okay. Now, as soon as the water will also going to enter the sieve tube cell, the pressure, the turgor pressure inside this cell, it will increase. What is turgor pressure? Can anyone tell me? Are you aware of this kind of pressure? What is turgor pressure? Yes, cell अभी क्या हो गया? Turgid बन गया ना? तो turgid condition में the pressure that is exerted by the content of the cell onto the walls of the cell. Yes. So that is the turgor pressure. No, bacha, it is not utilized by companion cell. Most of it will be entering the sucrose cell. अगर कंपेनियन सेल में रिक्वायरमेंट होगा तो यस इट कैन बी यूटिलाइज्ड है, बट मोस्ट केसेस में लेट्स से अभी हमारा सिंक वाला सेल, अभी इस एग्जांपल में आई एम टेकिंग द सिंक सेल एज रूट सेल, सो हियर all the food will be transferring into the sieve tube directly. Okay, so as soon as this turgor pressure it rises in the sieve tube cell, what happens, the food will start moving from the region of higher turgor pressure to the region of lower turgor pressure. अब लोअर टर्गर प्रेशर कहाँ होगा, जो आसपास इसके और सीव ट्यूब सेल्स प्रेजेंट है, राइट. सो द फूड विल मूव इन upper cell and towards the lower cell as well, again by following gradient pressure only from higher turgor pressure to the lower turgor pressure cell. And in this way, but the transition has already been taken place in the photosynthesizing cell only. So the food in this way, it will start moving from one cell to another cell. It will start moving from one cell to another cell. So let's say if I mark this cell with one number, this is the 2 and this is the 3rd. So these food particles, they start moving from the higher turgor pressure cell from the higher turgor pressure cell to the lower one. So in this way, it will start moving from one cell to the another, first to second and second to third. Let's say the third cell is the one जिसके vicinity में there are going to be the sink cell that is present. Okay, so here जैसे वो यहाँ पर पहुंचेगा, यहाँ पे टर्गर प्रेशर अगेन हाई है. अब यहाँ से it will be pulled up by the companion cell by using energy ATP. Now here the process will be active process, क्योंकि थर्ड सेल के बाद फोर्थ सेल में अगेन वो एंटर करेगा फूड. सीव ट्यूब वहां पे भी प्रेजेंट है, फोर्थ सेल सबसे नीचे वाला जो सेल है, राइट. बट उसको अलग डायरेक्शन में पुल करने के लिए कंपेनियन सेल विल यूज नाउ एक्टिव प्रोसेस, एनर्जी विल बी यूटिलाइज्ड हियर. यस, अगेंस्ट द कंसंट्रेशन ग्रेडियंट. तो वो क्या करेगा, यहाँ पर फूड को पुल करेगा अपने साइड. सो हियर द प्रोसेस विल बी एक्टिव. Now the food will enter into the companion cell, and from this companion cell again the food will go into the sink cell. Okay, and once this cell, it again will become hypotonic, क्योंकि food कहाँ पे चला गया, अभी food particles companion cell और sink cell में चला गए, तो यहाँ पे बस water रह जाएगा. So again it will become hypotonic. तो वाटर क्या हो जाएगा, अपने यहाँ पे हायर कंसंट्रेशन से वापस जाइलम में मूव कर जाएगा टुवर्ड्स इट्स लोअर कंसंट्रेशन. ओके, सो दैट इज हाउ द फूड दे ट्रांसफर फ्रॉम द फूड पार्टिकल दे ट्रांसफर फ्रॉम वन सेल टू अनदर सेल बाय फॉलोइंग सिंपल टर्गर प्रेशर ग्रेडियंट, हाइपरटोनिक टू हाइपोटोनिक कंडीशन में. And two things that you need to remember here, that there is a term known as phloem loading and phloem unloading, or sucrose loading and fructose unloading. So when the sucrose, it is going inside the phloem, it is known as phloem loading. Yes, at the source cell. And when the food is getting dropped at the sink cell, that process is known as phloem unloading. Okay, so phloem loading and phloem unloading, simple. Mass flow hypothesis, because food is transferring in bulk. It was given by Munch. Source and sink source, from source to sink transfer हो रहा है, translocation हो रहा है food का, and it is following simple rule of Turger pressure gradient. Part near the source cell, the water is being transferred to the phloem for the easy translocation of the food. The water helps the food particle to move from one cell to another. Okay, done. Is everyone done with this slide? So can we start with the transport in animals now? So let us start with the transport in animals. So when I talk about transport in animals, mind में क्या आता है? Let me know. What do you think? Blood, yes, blood is the one thing. Lymph, very good. Heart, capillaries. Who said nerves? Nerves कहाँ से आ गई बच्चा? Transport in plants, sorry, transport in animals में. Circulatory system, yes. Why nerve? Nerves, we are going to talk about nerves in nervous system chapter. Control and coordination में, okay? अच्छा, kidneys भी ध्यान आ जाती हैं. So transport in animals. Let us start. हाँ, अभी तुम पूरे बॉडी के सब एक एक पार्ट्स गिनवा दो सब लोग. किडनी भी हो गया, ब्रोंकायोल्स भी हो गया, नर्व, ओ माय गॉड, सब कुछ हो गया. ट्रांसपोर्ट इन एनिमल्स. So let us start with the introductory part first. The system that is going to transport materials within our body, like gases, nutrients, some hormones, waste materials. It is all going to transport in body by a system known as circulatory system. And the study of circulatory system is known as angiology. The study of the circulatory system, it is known as angiology. Now, the circulatory system, it contains two kinds of fluid. Yes, the father of circulatory system is William Harvey. Correct. So, bacha, fluid, the study of circulatory system is known as angiology, and the circulatory system, it contains two principal kind of fluids. Fluid, that is blood, and another fluid is lymph. Both are, the blood and the lymph, both are types of a particular kind of tissue in animal cell. Answer me which kind of tissue. The blood and lymph, they make which kind of tissue? Good, Rayan. नाइस. कनेक्टिव टिश्यू, एंड कनेक्टिव टिश्यू में भी दे आर मेकिंग फ्लूइड कनेक्टिव टिश्यू. करेक्ट. So blood and lymph, they are kind of fluid connective tissue. Blood makes the blood vascular system and lymph makes the lymphatic system. So if I talk about blood vascular system, we are going to study three components here: the blood, blood vessels, and heart. And the lymphatic system consists of lymph fluids as well as lymphatic vessels. Turned black. Is it okay now? Bacha, everyone, are you able to see the screen in front of you? Sherwin, the problem is with you only, bacha. All other students are able to see the screen. Try to rejoin the meeting. So blood vascular system, we are going to study about three components: blood, blood vessels, and heart. And lymphatic system, we are going to study about lymph fluid and lymphatic vessels, plus some lymph organs as well. So let us start with the very first part, that is blood. As I've already told you, the blood is a fluid connective tissue, and on an average in an adult, the volume of blood is around 5 to 6 liters approximately. The pH for blood is 7.4 kar lo ise. It is slightly basic and it should be 7.4. Just do it, 7.4. pH of blood is slightly basic, 7.4. And the study of blood is known as hematology. The heme word is for blood and logy is for study, so hematology. Major function of the blood is to transport nutrients, hormones, gases, waste materials, etc. within our body. It is also going to help in regulation of pH, temperature, the water content of our body, and also going to provide protection against two things. One is the pathogen, because WBCs are present inside our blood. And the second thing is against the blood loss, because the platelets are present within our blood that is going to clot the blood in case of there will be any injury. So blood is a type of fluid connective tissue. 7.4 slightly basic pH hota hai. Study of blood is hematology. Function is transportation, regulation, and protection. Done with this slide? Okay. Kar lo, note kar lo. I'm waiting. Giving you the time. Yes. Heme is iron ना, hemoglobin में iron होता है. And hemoglobin is present in RBCs. So blood के लिए we use word heme. Yes, Parth. पढ़ेंगे वो भी. So now let us discuss about the components of blood. Components of blood. So blood basically have two things. One is plasma, the other is blood cells. I think circulatory system में बहुत सारी चीजें आपको already पता होंगी, तो जल्दी जल्दी भी कर सकते हैं. Is it okay? The speed is fine now. So components of blood. It has two components mainly, the plasma part and the blood cell part. Plasma is the liquid part within the blood, that is also known as extracellular matrix. And it is a liquid part of the blood which is around 55% of, which makes 55% of the blood. And approximately around 45% the blood cells are suspended in this extracellular matrix. And of this 55% of plasma, the 90% is water and 10% are solute. और कौन कौन से solute होंगे 10% में? It will contain some proteins. बच्चा plasma contains, Karthik, plasma contains water and solute. So 90% water होता है, that is why liquid matrix हो गया. और उसके अंदर कुछ solutes present होते हैं around 10%. Which solutes? Some proteins like fibrinogen, prothrombin, albumin, globulin. Please remember these two proteins, fibrinogen and prothrombin, because they are used in clotting. Yes. Okay, so contains proteins like fibrinogen, prothrombin, hormones, enzymes, nutrients, nitrogenous waste, gases. These all present inside the blood in the plasma part. And plasma without the clotting factor is known as serum. So what are clotting factors here? I've just told you that two proteins are used in clotting, fibrinogen, prothrombin. तो अगर आप प्लाज्मा में से प्रोटीन्स निकाल दोगे, then that part makes the serum. And blood corpuscles or the blood cells are of three types: RBCs, WBCs, and platelets. RBCs, of course, red blood cells, also known as erythrocytes. WBCs are the white blood cells, also known as leukocytes. And platelets are the thrombocytes. So erythrocytes, leukocytes, and thrombocytes. Now formation of blood cells, it takes place in the red bone marrow. Red bone marrow कहाँ पे मिलता है? It is found in the, yes, long bones within our body, like thigh bone, yes, shaft region of the bone, long bone like femur. Very good. So वहाँ पे bone marrow present होता है, and that red bone marrow is present at the end part of the long bones. Means if this is a long bone, so red bone marrow will be present here and here. And in the shaft region, there is yellow bone marrow, bacha. So red bone marrow में हमारे blood cells बनते हैं, and this yellow bone marrow, it also can get converted into red bone marrow during the accidents. So if there is a lot of blood loss, उस time पे उस time पे बहुत ज़्यादा blood का requirement होगा body में, because there is a huge amount of blood loss from the body. So this yellow bone marrow get also converted into red bone marrow and start producing blood cell. Okay. So formation of blood cell is known as hemopoiesis. Poiesis is formation. So formation of blood cell is known as hemopoiesis, and it takes place in red bone marrow. Done with this slide, everyone? Components of blood: plasma and blood cells. Plasma is liquid, will be containing 90% water plus some solutes like proteins, hormones, enzyme, etc. Blood cells will be of three types: RBCs, WBCs, and platelets. Formation of blood cell is known as hemopoiesis and hematopoiesis, one and same thing बच्चा, एक ही चीज है वो. And it takes place in red bone marrow. येलो बोन मैरो में बच्चा मोस्टली फैट सेल्स होते हैं. एडिपोसाइट्स दे गेट डिपॉजिटेड इन येलो बोन मैरो एंड इट इज देयर. अदरवाइज उसका फंक्शन एज सच नहीं हो, इट इज जस्ट गोइंग टू स्टोर द फैट विद इन इट. येलो बोन मैरो का फंक्शन मेनली ब्लड लॉस के टाइम पे होता है. इट गेट्स कन्वर्टेड इनटू येलो बोन मैरो, oh sorry, red bone marrow, and will aid in the formation of blood cells. Otherwise जो हमारा requirement है blood cell का, it will get fulfilled by the function of red bone marrow only. So it is there to use in emergency conditions. Now let us start with the study of red blood cells, which are also known as erythrocytes. First, we need to study 5 things about it: shape, size, number, lifespan, and if there is nucleus present in the RBC or not. So shape is biconcave to discoid. Size is around 5 to 8 micrometer. Number is around 4 to 5 million per cubic millimeter of blood. Lifespan is around 120 days. And mature RBC is enucleated. Enucleated means it doesn't have nucleus present in it. बच्चा, हेमाटोपोएसिस के लिए अगर हम देखें तो वहां स्टेम सेल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, मेसेनकाइमेटस सेल प्रेजेंट होते हैं, मेसेनकाइमा सेल बोलते हैं उसे, रेड बोन मैरो में प्रेजेंट होते हैं, and they differentiate to form red blood cell. Okay, so shape of red blood cells are biconcave, discoid. Discoid is disc like बच्चा, rounded, spherical. डोनट खाया ना, डोनट like. डोनट में क्या होता है, डिप्रेशन होल होता है बीच में. आरबीसीज में जस्ट देयर इज अ डिप्रेशन इन द सेंटर, सो अ डिस्क लाइक शेप. नाउ हाँ, मेदू वड़ा अभी नाश्ता किया लग रहा है किसी ने. हाँ राना, so as we know that red blood cell, they have a respiratory pigment known as hemoglobin in it. It is an iron containing respiratory pigment, and it is the one that is going to transport respiratory gases and also going to impart red color to the blood cell. We had already discussed about hemoglobin in the respiratory system in detail. कितना ऑक्सीजन, कितना कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, सब कुछ हम लोग रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम में डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. Just remember that hemoglobin is the respiratory pigment that is present in the red blood cell. Now hematocrit is a term that you need to remember. Hematocrit is the total blood volume that is occupied by RBCs. It is a total blood volume that is occupied by the RBCs. Yes बच्चा, कार्तिक, डोंट यू रिमेम्बर हम लोगों ने कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड ऑक्सीजन का जब ट्रांसपोर्ट पढ़ा था, तो आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू कि कुछ अमाउंट रेस्पिरेटरी पिगमेंट से बाइंड होता है, rest of the amount they bind it with the plasma. So plasma has also dissolved gases. Plasma also helps in the transportation, because plasma kya hai, it is also a part of blood only. Okay, so hematocrit is the volume, it is the blood volume that is occupied, or the blood space that is occupied by red blood cells. So volume अगर हम लेंगे तो around 47% approximately, and around 42% in women is occupied by red blood cell. Women का कम क्यों है? Can anyone give the reason for it? Why is it lower in the case of women? Yes, because of blood loss during menstruation. No, Shravan, more WBCs nahi. Correct. Menstruation के time पे there is blood loss in the women every month. So because of that, the volume is lower for the women. अकमल बेटा, डाइटिंग तो बॉयज भी करते हैं. Okay, so hematocrit is the part of blood or the volume of the blood that is occupied by red blood cell. Now polycythemia is the abnormal condition when there is abnormal increase in the red blood cell. So abnormally अगर red blood cell increase हो जाएंगे तो it can lead to cancer as well. So बहुत ज़्यादा increase भी नहीं होना चाहिए and decrease भी नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay, so polycythemia is the abnormal increase in red blood cell, and erythropenia, बच्चा abnormal increase अगर होगा, so abnormal increase can lead to cancer as well ना. There is a perfect volume and perfect percentage inside our body for every cell. अगर किसी भी सेल का उससे ज्यादा कंटेंट हो जाता है बॉडी में, so it can lead to cancer as well. So polycythemia is the condition when there is, poly means many. So when there is abnormal increase in the red blood cell within our body, it is polycythemia. When there is abnormal decrease in the red blood cell, it is known as erythropenia. Penia is when you are lacking something. Bio में the penia word is for when there is decreased number or when you are lacking something. So erythropenia is the lack of WBCs or the lower content of WBCs within our body. Whereas anemia is a decrease in hemoglobin. Anemia is the decrease in hemoglobin. So please remember these terms: polycythemia, erythropenia, and anemia. Anemia is a decrease in hemoglobin, not in the red blood cell. Don't get confused. हाँ, मतलब इसकी वजह से रेस्पिरेटरी डिसऑर्डर्स हो सकते हैं, बिकॉज अगर इंक्रीज कंटेंट होगा और डिक्रीज कंटेंट होगा तो रेस्पिरेटरी गैसेस के ट्रांसपोर्ट में भी चेंज आएगा. सो रेस्पिरेटरी प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकती हैं उसकी वजह से. And spleen is known as the graveyard of RBC. Spleen is an organ. It is a lymphoid organ, lymphatic organ है. Lymphatic system में we will discuss. We will see where exactly it is present, and it is also known as graveyard of RBC. Why graveyard? Because RBCs get killed. एक बार 120 days का लाइफ स्पैन उनका खत्म हो गया, there is no function further that can be performed by that particular RBC, it will be sent to the spleen where it gets destroyed. Also, some destruction of RBC takes place in liver as well. Anand, spleen is the lymphoid organ, बच्चा, lymphatic system का एक part है, and it is the place where the destruction of red blood cells takes place. Majority of RBCs are destroyed in this spleen only. बच्चा, mature RBCs are enucleated because mature RBCs को क्या करना है, ऑक्सीजन का ट्रांसपोर्ट करना है. So वहां पे इसको स्पेस चाहिए. अगर आपका बैग ऑलरेडी फिल्ड है तो आप उसमें और बुक्स भर सकते हो, नहीं ना, इट इज ऑलरेडी फिल्ड. सो वहां पे स्पेस बनाने के लिए द मैच्योर आरबीसी इट लूजेस इट्स न्यूक्लियस so as to occupy the oxygen within it. And function करने के लिए प्रोटीन्स एंड एवरीथिंग तो चाहिए. तो जब वो फॉर्म हो रहा होता है, इमेच्योर स्टेज में होता है, तो देयर वाज न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट इन इट, and with the help of that nucleus, that RBC, it forms everything that will be required by that particular RBC in the lifespan of 120 days. And after that, it loses its nucleus so as to occupy the oxygen in it. And can anyone tell me why it is devoid of mitochondria? It doesn't have mitochondria as well. Yes, mitochondria, ER सब absent होता है इसमें से, just to make the space. But mitochondria के लिए एक specific reason है. Yes, correct, Rajul, Lakanksha. So it doesn't use oxygen. अगर माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया प्रेजेंट होगा रेड ब्लड सेल में, तो ऑक्सीजन जैसे ही वो कैच करेगा, इट विल बी यूटिलाइज्ड विद इन द माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया फॉर द रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस. तो जहां तक टिश्यू में लेकर जाना है, ड्रॉप करना है, और वहां पर ऑक्सीजन का यूटिलाइजेशन होना है, वो पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाएगा. पहले ही वो यूटिलाइज हो जाएगा रेड ब्लड सेल में. So that is why it also loses its mitochondria. Satakshi, in that case, she will suffer from erythropenia as well as anemia. But blood cells आपकी बॉडी में अगर फिर से बन रहे हैं, but it takes some time to form hemoglobin. तो हीमोग्लोबिन का लेवल अगर उतना ज्यादा नहीं बढ़ा है, then she will suffer from anemia. That's what I'm telling you, Minoti. जितना भी जो भी प्रोटीन एंड एवरीथिंग जो भी रिक्वायर्ड है, वो सब रेड ब्लड सेल में बिफोर लूजिंग ऑल द सेल ऑर्गेनल हो जाता है. It has, its cytoplasm has all other things that is required, all the enzyme, all the proteins and everything. It is there in the cytoplasm. वेरियस कॉजेज हो सकते हैं पॉलीसाइथीमिया के. इंक्रीज लेवल म्यूटेशन से हो सकता है, किसी एलर्जिक कंडीशन से हो सकता है. The causes can be different. Now let us start with the WBCs and white blood cells, also known as leukocytes. Biconcave सूर्य shape होता है so that it can easily be passed from the narrow capillaries. This particular shape helps this cell to pass through the narrow capillaries. The shape is irregular or amoeboid because amoeba is also amoeba also have irregular shape. It doesn't have any fixed shape. So the shape of WBCs, it is not fixed. It is irregular. The size will be around 8 to 15 micrometer. The number will be in 1000, around 5 to 9 or 10,000 per cubic millimeter of blood. The lifespan will be around 2 to 3 days, and in this case, the cells are nucleated. All the white blood cells, they are nucleated. It perform a particular function known as diapedesis. What is diapedesis? Yes, it is written there. By the action of this diapedesis, the white blood cell, they can squeeze or ooze out of the capillaries wall into the tissues. To kill microbes. Yes, देखो क्या होता है, what happens. Let's say this is the blood capillary, and blood capillaries के around there will be tissue present होंगे, cells present हो सकते हैं कोई भी, okay. So अभी let's say एक pathogen यहाँ पे है, here. अभी इसको kill करना है. So when the blood is passing through this capillaries, and capillaries have of course squamous epithelium, which will aid in the exchange of nutrient and gases and everything, right? So it's capillaries, in narrow capillaries के cells से they can ooze out in between the tissues, and this squeezing out of the capillaries into the tissue, in between the tissue, is known as diapedesis. And because they have irregular shape, that irregular shape helps in the oozing out of the capillaries wall into the tissue. So this is diapedesis, a property of white blood cell. Function is mainly phagocytosis, that they engulf pathogen. Macrophages present होते हैं, and they can engulf the pathogen. Phagocytosis is when the cell, it eats something, it takes in something. So that process is phagocytosis. And also they perform antibody production. So mainly function is to provide immunity to the body. Antibody production is another function for this WBCs. Again, in the case of abnormal increase, the process is known as leukocytosis, and the abnormal decrease in WBCs is known as leukopenia. So is this much part understood? Now the white blood cells, they are classified into two categories, the granulocyte and the agranulocyte. Granulocytes are the ones which have granules present in their cytoplasm. If you can see in the diagram as well, eosinophils, basophils, neutrophils, they have granules. The granules can be of protein, carbohydrate, fat, अलग-अलग components के present होते हैं, okay? So these granules, they are present in the cytoplasm of the white blood cell. When these are present, it is known as granulocyte cell. And there are three types of granulocyte: eosinophil, basophil, and neutrophil. And those two types of white blood cells, it doesn't have granules present in the cytoplasms, are agranulocytes, which are lymphocytes and the monocytes. Lymphocytes and the monocyte, as you can see in the image as well, the cytoplasm don't have any granules present in it. So let us start with the eosinophil first. So eosinophils have a bilobed nucleus, as you can see in the image as well. It has a nucleus that has two distinct lobes and they remain associated with allergic reaction. एलर्जी कभी भी होगी तो उस केस में इजोनोफिल का नंबर बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाता है. इट इज a kind of indication that some allergic reaction occurs in the body. Basophils are the one which has somewhat S-shaped nucleus, which is also known as shoe-shaped nucleus. And the main function is to secrete histamine, serotonin, heparin, which are involved in inflammatory reaction. These histamine, serotonin, they causes inflammation within our body. Swelling cause करते हैं. So कहीं पे injury होगी तो they causes swelling of that particular part. It is again an indication for the body that something wrong has happened in the body. And one thing that you need to remember about heparin. Can anyone tell me what is heparin? What is the main function of heparin? Very good, Soham. It is anti-clotting, anticoagulant. Yes, it has anticoagulant property. Anticoagulant is anti-clotting. Means हमारी बॉडी में ब्लड में प्लेटलेट्स प्रेजेंट हैं, तो प्लेटलेट्स हमारी बॉडी के अंदर अगर इनसाइड कुछ इंजरी हुई है तो वहां पर ब्लड क्लॉटिंग कर सकती है. नॉर्मल केसेस में प्लेटलेट्स क्या कर सकते हैं, बॉडी के अंदर ब्लड क्लॉटिंग कर सकते हैं. सो इन दैट केस आवर ब्लड वेसल्स विल बी ब्लॉक्ड और फिर अल्टीमेटली स्ट्रोक आ सकता है एंड हार्ट अटैक हो सकता है. सो टू प्रिवेंट दैट coagulation inside our body, a natural anticoagulant is present in our body known as heparin. It is a chemical that doesn't let the blood coagulate or clot within our body. So heparin is anticoagulant. Now moving on to the next one, that is neutrophil. It is multi-lobed. As you can see in the image, it has various lobes in it. And the function of nucleus is phagocytic. It will be engulfing and destroying the foreign organism that will be entering our body. So the main function of neutrophil is phagocytic. Also the monocyte, which is a kind of agranulocyte, it also has the function of phagocyte. So please remember, Mn वाले जो है ना, M and N, monocyte and neutrophil, both have the function of phagocytic. Mn वाले phagocytic हैं. And it has a kidney shaped or a bean shaped nucleus. अतिथि देवो भवा, but अतिथि अगर हमें ही खा जाए तो is it a देवो भवा? Lymphocyte. Lymphocyte, it has a single large nucleus. And lymphocytes are of two type, bacha, B and T type. B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. And the main function of lymphocytes are antibody production. Can anyone tell me B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes, how they differ with each other? How they differ from each other? वेरी गुड ओम. थाइमस में प्रोड्यूस होता है और एक बोन मैरो में प्रोड्यूस होता है. दैट इज व्हाई द नेम बोन मैरो. के लिए बी लिम्फोसाइट, एक टी लिम्फोसाइट जो थाइमस में डिफरेंशिएट होता है, मीन फंक्शन उसको वहां पे अटेन होता है. यस, वेयर दे मैच्योर दैट पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गन गिव्स इट द पर्टिकुलर नेम. Thymus gland, yes. So that is why T lymphocyte and B lymphocyte. And what is its function, B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte का? Which one is the main lymphocyte जो antibodies produce करने वाला है? B, yes. B lymphocyte is the one that is going to produce antibody. T lymphocyte is the one that is going to give signal to the B lymphocyte that अभी यार कुछ पंगा हो गया है बॉडी में, करना पड़ेगा. कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. Okay, so T lymphocyte is the one. T is also known as helper T cell. They are also known as helper T cell. So helper T cells क्या करेंगे? They're going to indicate the B cells that कुछ foreign body हमारी body foreign organism हमारी body में enter हो गया है और अभी you need to start producing the antibodies. Yes बच्चा, HIV के केस में मतलब AIDS के केस में the T lymphocytes are the one that get destroyed. The HIV virus it attacks T lymphocyte. तो हमारी बॉडी को इंडिकेशन ही नहीं मिल पाता है कि फॉरेन एजेंट कुछ एंटर हो रहा है बॉडी में. दे अटैक हेल्पर टी सेल. Okay, so this was a brief description about granulocyte and agranulocytes. B cells are for producing antibodies. They produce antibody. They run the cascade to produce antibodies. And among all these, the neutrophils are the one that are maximum in number, and basophil are the one that are least in number. नंबर पे क्वेश्चन आस जाता है, दैट इज व्हाई आई प्लेस्ड दिस स्टेटमेंट हियर. साइज पे कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं आएगा डब्ल्यूबीसी के. डोंट इवन ट्राई टू रिमेम्बर इट. छोड़ दो, साइज पे क्वेश्चन नहीं आएगा. नंबर पे क्वेश्चन आता है. प्रीवियस पेज. ओके वेट. Yes, monocyte is the largest one. Done. Now let us start with platelets. Platelets are also known as thrombocytes. Shape is oval to round. Size बच्चा यहाँ पे ठीक कर लेना. It is not 8 to 15. It is around 2 to 3 micrometer. It is around 2 to 3 micrometer. Corrected. ध्रुव साइज में भी डिफरेंस होता है, न्यूक्लियस में भी डिफरेंस होता है और उनके साइटोप्लाज्मिक कंटेंट एंजाइम में भी डिफरेंस होता है. But the main function is engulfing the pathogen. Shape is around oval to round. Number is in lakhs, around 2.5 lakh to 4 lakhs per cubic millimeter of blood. Lifespan is around 8 to 10 days, a week approximately you can say. And these are also enucleated. Now these platelets, bacha, they are actually the cell fragments. They are actually the cell fragments. They are not a complete cell. What happens? There is a large cell. Size is around 2 to 3 meter, micrometer, sorry, 2 to 3 micrometer. Yes, Soham, very good. So there is a large cell known as megakaryon. बहुत बड़ा सा cell होता है, having a nucleus. It is known as megakaryon. Again, mesenchyme cell से ही बना है. They differentiate to form this megakaryotic cell. And this megakaryotic cell or the megakaryon cell, this cell divides into fragments. So fragments में break होता है, it breaks into fragments, and these fragments they make the platelets actually. So the platelets are not complete cell, they are incomplete cell. They are just fragments, and they are just fragments that are broken off from this megakaryon cell, So it doesn't have nucleus in it. That is why it is enucleated. Shravan, it can cause leukemia, cancer. Now the main function of the platelet is to clot the blood. Everybody is known it. अभी हम लोग देखेंगे कैसे blood clot करता है. So main function is blood clotting. And thrombocytosis, again, it is the increased number of abnormal increase of platelets, and thrombopenia is the abnormal decrease in platelets. As you can see in the image, I have put a real image of the blood sample that is viewed under that, how it is viewed under the microscope. As you can see in the image, there are red blood cells. Yes, thrombopenia occurs during dengue. So neutrophils are present and platelets are also there. Yes, बच्चा, मेगा कैरियन हैज न्यूक्लियस. कैरियन वर्ड ही न्यूक्लियस के लिए है. मेगा मींस बड़ा. So it is a large cell having a nucleus. Mega carrion. Okay. Now let us see the blood clotting mechanism. So blood clotting mechanism में what happens at the site of injury? At the site of injury, the platelets are going to release an enzyme known as thrombokinase. At the site of injury, the platelets that are present in our blood, they are going to release an enzyme known as thrombokinase. And this thrombokinase enzyme, it is going to convert this prothrombin that was already present in the plasma. And I have told you plasma में proteins present हैं, prothrombin and fibrinogen. So already हमारे blood में जहाँ पे injury हुई है वहाँ पे prothrombin present है, but that was in its inactive form. By the action of this platelets, when it is released by the by the action of this enzyme thrombokinase, when it is released by the platelets, this inactive prothrombin will get converted into its active form known as thrombin. So by the action of thrombokinase, this prothrombin, it gets converted into thrombin. And here vitamin K is required as well as calcium is required. Calcium is also required. These two act as cofactor. They help in coagulation of blood. Okay, so calcium ions are required and vitamin K is required. Now this thrombin, this active thrombin, it will further convert this fibrinogen that was again present in our plasma part. And this fibrinogen, it was soluble in the blood. Earlier it was soluble in the blood, and by the action of this thrombin, this soluble fibrinogen gets converted into fibrin, which is its insoluble form. So it is insoluble form. जैसे ही वो insoluble form में बनेगा, it forms some thread-like structure, thread-like fiber-like structure बनाएगा, और वो पूरा structure threads मिलकर it will form a mesh-like structure in which the blood cells will get trapped, and it is how the blood clotting will take place. Okay, so what is happening at the site of injury? The platelets are releasing thrombokinase enzyme. It is also known as thromboplastin, बच्चा. Note कर लेना, it is also known as thromboplastin. In some book, it is just written as thromboplastin, one and same thing. So thromboplastin or thrombokinase will get it convert the prothrombin into thrombin, and that thrombin will further convert fibrinogen into fibrin, and ultimately a mesh-like structure, thread-like structure of fibrin is formed, which traps the blood cells. Yes, Anuradh, X factors, Stewart factors, अलग-अलग factor 8, factor 7, बहुत सारे factors होते हैं, and actually blood clotting बहुत बड़ा cascade है, बहुत long process है, but it is not in your syllabus right now. So that is how the blood clottings take place in our body. Let us see another image based on this. See what is happening. If you can read here, the injured tissues and platelets are going to release the clotting factor, prothrombin activator, and some calcium ions. Prothrombin will going to get convert the blood protein prothrombin into thrombin. The thrombin splits fibrinogen into to form fibrin. The fibrin fibers form a mesh over the wound, and they trap the blood cell and platelets. The bleeding will ultimately stop. And once the clot is formed, after some time, this enzyme plasmin is released to dissolve that clot and again make the injury site normal. Clear, everyone? बच्चा स्कार तो रहेगा, जहाँ पे इंजरी हुई है वहां पे स्कार रहता है, बट इट इज टिश्यू ओनली. वहां पे नई लेयर आई है ना स्किन की, नए सेल्स बने स्किन के, तो इट लुक्स डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द अदर सेल्स दैट वर ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट इन आवर स्किन. बट जो वहां पे क्लॉट बना था जिसमें रेड ब्लड सेल्स ट्रैप हुए थे और बाकी ब्लड सेल्स ट्रैप हुए थे, वो डिसॉल्व कर देता है. Okay, Vaishnavi is asking, I don't remember the disease in which clotting does not takes place. जल्दी से बताओ, the disease, the name of the disease in which clotting doesn't takes place. पर्पल कलर होता है ब्रेकेज ऑफ ब्लड कैपिलरीज, वहां पे ब्लड कैपिलरीज ब्रेक हो जाती हैं, तो ब्लड जो होता है वो आसपास टिश्यूज में रिलीज हो जाता है, a small amount, depending of course on it will depend on the injury. Bleeder disease or the hemophilia disease. Yes, the bleeder's disease or the hemophilia disease, it is also known as royal disease, and it is a genetic disorder. रॉयल डिजीज क्यों बोलते हैं? बिकॉज इट रन्स इन द फैमिली ऑफ क्वीन विक्टोरिया. यस, विक्टोरिया के जितने भी सन थे, क्वीन विक्टोरिया के जितने भी सन थे, उनके मेनली मेल्स में कॉज होता है, जेनेटिक फैक्टर है इसका, मेल्स को ये हार्म करता है, फीमेल्स कैन सर्वाइव क्योंकि रिसेसिव डिजीज है. पीयूष, क्लॉट को तो डिसॉल्व करना पड़ेगा ना, नहीं तो वहां पे जहाँ पे भी इंजरी हुई है वहां पे नॉर्मल फ्लो कैसे होगा ब्लड का? So this was about the blood. Now let us discuss about blood vessels types. So blood vessels are mainly of 3 types. बहुत easy सा topic है. We'll just do it and I will free you then. Okay. So blood vessels 3 types के mainly होते हैं. The vein, the arteries and the capillaries. Okay. So as I've shown you in the diagram, the vein that arises from the heart is vena cava. That goes into the heart is vena cava. And the artery that arises from the heart is the main artery. ये सुपीरियर इंफीरियर वेना कावा होते हैं जो एंटर करते हैं हार्ट में, एंड जो हार्ट से निकलता है इट इज अ मेन आर्टरी नोन एज एओर्टा, राइट. सो आर्टरीज जो होती हैं पहले बहुत इलास्टिक होती हैं इन नेचर, व्हेन इट जस्ट गोइंग टू अराइज फ्रॉम द हार्ट, बिकॉज वहां पे प्रेशर बहुत ज्यादा होता है जब हार्ट पंप करता है ब्लड को. देन स्लोली इट बिकम मोर मस्कुलर and the arteries are divided into arteriole, and those arterioles will further divide to make capillaries. Those capillaries will join to form venules, and the venules will again join to form vein, and ultimately the vena cava will be formed and it will enter into the heart. So it will go like aorta, it divides to form arteries. Arteries arteriole बनाती हैं, arteriole going to form capillaries, capillaries joins to form venules, venules joins to form vein, and vein joins to form vena cava. Okay, now difference in artery vein mainly. Capillary क्या होती है? Capillary तो narrow, most narrow kind of blood vessel. Its thickness is just 1 cell in thickness. Okay, as you can see in the image as well, there is only 1 layer of endothelium cells that are present. Squamous epithelium जिसे बोलते हो, wall उसकी squamous epithelium की बनी होती है, so that the gaseous exchange or the nutrient exchange can occur easily. बनाना है तो बना सकते हो, थोड़े बहुत पॉइंट में डिस्कस करने वाली हूँ, that you can mark in the diagram only. Previous slide, okay. Just mention arteries divides to form arteriole, and then capillaries, and capillaries joins to form venule, then vein, and ultimately the vena cava. Okay, so here let us discuss about the difference between artery and vein. As you can see in the image, what is artery? How will you going to define artery, and how will you going to define a vein? First, give me a correct definition for artery and vein. Is saying that the blood vessel that carries oxygenated blood is artery. Is it a correct way to explain an artery? No, never explain the artery in terms of artery and vein in terms of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, because not always every artery is going to carry oxygenated blood. We also know that there is an exception, that is pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins, जिसमें उल्टा हो जाता है, right? So that is not the correct definition. The correct definition for arteries and veins will be, for arteries, it is a blood vessel that carries blood away from the heart. It is the blood vessel that carries blood away from the heart. And the vein is the blood vessel that carries blood towards the heart. This is the correct definition. Okay, so arteries are the one that carries blood away from the heart, and vein are the one that carries blood towards the heart. Now second point में आप mention कर सकते हो that in most of the cases the arteries, they carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. And in the case of vein, you can mention that in most of the cases, the veins carry deoxygenated blood except the pulmonary vein. So first point should be about the direction of the blood. And then you can mention oxygenated and deoxygenated blood with the exception. Okay. Then ये तो दो डिफरेंस हो गए. थर्ड डिफरेंस उसके डायग्राम से देखते हैं. अब देखो आर्टरीज में the muscles, there is thicker amount of muscles that are present. A thick layer of muscle will be present in the case of a more amount of muscular cells are present, or muscular tissue will be present in the case of artery, because वहां पर उसे ज्यादा प्रेशर को एक्सर्ट करना है. So the walls of the artery, they are thick, right? Because blood flows with great pressure inside the artery. Yes. And in the case of vein, the muscles around the walls, muscles in the walls of the vein, they are thin. So thin wall is present. Thin muscular wall, इधर thick muscular wall. Third difference हो गया. Fourth will be about lumen. अब देखो अगर thick muscular wall present है तो बीच का जो space है, central part, it will become narrow. So narrow lumen will be present in the case of arteries, and the lumen will be broad in the case of vein because the wall is thin. Okay, so अगर wall thick है तो lumen less हो जाएगा, wall अगर thin है तो lumen बड़ा हो जाएगा. Lumen is the central hollow space. पाइप के अंदर hollow space, lumen. जैसे एक पाइप होता है उसके अंदर वॉल्स होती हैं बस पाइप की, बीच में सेंट्रल स्पेस इज हॉलो. जस्ट लाइक दैट ब्लड वेसल्स में भी द सेंट्रल स्पेस इज हॉलो. दैट इज नोन एज ल्यूमेन इन बायो. ओके, so this is the fourth point. The lumen in the case of artery is narrow, but in the vein it is wider. Now the arteries, they don't have valves present in it. The valves in the case of arteries, they are absent, but in the case of veins, the valves are present to prevent the backflow of the blood. So deoxygenated blood flow हो रहा है veins के through, उसका backflow ना हो जाए organs में, and it directly goes into the heart. That is why the valves are present. The fifth difference. And the sixth difference can be the arteries are deeply situated within our tissues, and mostly veins जो होती हैं वो superficially situated होती हैं. बच्चा बाइकस्पिड ट्राइकस्पिड वेल्व्स तो हार्ट में प्रेजेंट होते हैं, नॉर्मल वेल्व्स प्रेजेंट है यहाँ पर. यस ऑफ कोर्स प्रेशर एंड वॉल्यूम का भी डिफरेंट हो सकता है. थैंक यू ओम फॉर रिमाइंडिंग मी. प्रेशर देखो ल्यूमेन छोटा है यहाँ पे आर्टरीज में, द ल्यूमेन इज स्मॉल, तो ब्लड के ऊपर प्रेशर क्या होगा, ज्यादा होगा. द ब्लड विल फ्लो इन more pressure at any particular time. अगर आप यहाँ पे देखोगे तो pressure will be high in artery, and the volume of blood at this particular point, it will be less. बच्चा यहाँ pressure artery में एक particular point पे it will be high and the volume will be less because lumen छोटा है ना. तो एक पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट पे अगर आप देखोगे कि उस पर्टिकुलर स्पेस में द वॉल्यूम विल बी लेस, क्योंकि ल्यूमेन छोटा है तो कम ब्लड फ्लो हो रहा होगा. बट इन द केस ऑफ वेन इट विल बी उल्टा हो जाएगा, इट विल बी ऑपोजिट. प्रेशर यहाँ पे कम होगा क्योंकि बहुत स्पेस है, ल्यूमेन इज बिगर, वाइडर, राइट. सो प्रेशर विल बी लेस एंड वॉल्यूम ऑफ ब्लड विल बी मोर. जितना ब्लड वेन से फ्लो होगा इट विल बी मोर एट अ पर्टिकुलर टाइम. So we had discussed around 7-8 differences, I think. Okay. Also बच्चा आर्टरी के केस में मस्कुलर वॉल्स जो होती हैं उनमें एक प्रोटीन प्रेजेंट होता है, इलास्टिन प्रोटीन. So elastin protein, it is present in the walls of the artery to provide elasticity. क्योंकि प्रेशर वहां पे ज्यादा है ना, तो बर्स्ट ना हो. सो इलास्टिसिटी प्रोवाइड करने के लिए इलास्टिन प्रोटीन बहुत ज्यादा नंबर में होता है. बट वेन्स में इट इज negligible or very less in number because the pressure there is very less. So in the case of arteries, elastin protein is present. Okay. So this was about the difference between arteries and veins. Why capillaries are so thin? Someone has asked me, बच्चा capillaries के through gaseous exchange हो रहा है और न्यूट्रिएंट का एक्सचेंज होना है. अगर वो उसका वॉल थिन नहीं होगा तो एक्सचेंज कैसे होगा? नो रोनित, ऐसा कुछ कलर में चेंज नहीं होता है. आर्टरीज रेड कलर की हैं, वेन्स ब्लू कलर की हैं, ऐसा नहीं होता है. It is just a color code that is given in the book to make you understand oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. It is not about that उनका real में in reality color different है. Don't get confused. How many difference? बच्चा मुझे भी याद नहीं है, देख लो एक बार. सबसे पहले डेफिनेशन में डिफरेंस, फ्लो ऑफ ब्लड में एक टुवर्ड्स द हार्ट, एक अवे फ्रॉम द हार्ट. सेकेंड डिफरेंस इज oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Third is thick wall, thin wall. Fourth is about lumen, narrow lumen, wider lumen. Fifth is about pressure and volume. Fifth, sixth हो गया ये. Okay, and elastin protein, then position, then valves. बच्चा वो पिगमेंट्स के बेसिस पे होता है. अलग अलग स्किन टोन में अलग अलग पिगमेंट्स के बेसिस पे कौन सी लाइट कैप्चर होके रिफ्लेक्ट हो रही है उसके बेसिस पे होता है वो. दैट इज अ डिफरेंट मैकेनिज्म. बट ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड फ्रेश रेड कलर का होता है. डीऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड जो होता है वो समवॉट थोड़ा सा मरून कलर, मतलब थोड़ा सा डार्क इन कलर होता है. दैट इज द डिफरेंस. ओके. वो ब्लड प्रेशर में डिस्कस करेंगे. ब्लड प्रेशर में वही तो न्यूमेरिकल वॉल्यूम हो गया ना, सॉरी न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू हो गया ना, कितना प्रेशर एक्सर्ट होता है. ओके अकमल, अभी डिस्कस करेंगे व्हेन विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट ब्लड प्रेशर. So that's it for the day. Those students who doesn't have any doubts are free to leave. Bye bye, take care. I'll see you in the next lecture. Stay safe. यस बच्चा, बिकॉज सीरम में क्या होगा, सीरम पार्ट में प्लाज्मा वाला पार्ट होगा और प्लाज्मा में हमारे क्या प्रेजेंट हो सकते हैं, प्लाज्मा फैक्टर्स विल, सॉरी, सीरम में क्या प्रेजेंट होगा, बाकी सारी चीजें प्रेजेंट होंगी. जो एंटीबॉडीज होती हैं एक्चुअली वो कहाँ बनती है, प्लाज्मा में ही होती हैं फॉर्म. तो उसके अंदर एंटीबॉडीज होंगी सीरम में. बस प्रोटीन फैक्टर्स रह जाएंगे, बट एंटी इट विल बी कंटेनिंग एंटीबॉडीज इन इट. So that is why serum is used to inject into other organism to create more antibodies. बच्चा, hemoglobin is present inside the red blood cell and red blood cells is present inside the blood vessel only. तो ब्लड वेसल के अंदर जो ब्लड सेल्स हैं उनमें रेस्पिरेटरी गैसेस बाइंड हो रही हैं और वो ब्लड रेस्पिरेटरी गैसेस को टिश्यूज तक ले जाएंगे एंड टिश्यूज के अंदर रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस होगा टू प्रोवाइड एनर्जी टू आवर बॉडी, एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए. रयान, वॉल्यूम में डिफरेंस आ जाता है बच्चा. वॉल्यूम के अकॉर्डिंग 4 to 5 लीटर्स के अकॉर्डिंग हम लोगों ने ये हेमाटोक्रिट वॉल्यूम लिया है. So there is a difference. एनीमिया के केस में हीमोग्लोबिन प्रोड्यूस नहीं हो पाता है. इट इज अ रेस्पिरेटरी पिगमेंट जो फॉर्म नहीं हो पाता है इन सम केसेस. यस रोनित, करेक्ट बच्चा. व्हाट आर यू आस्किंग? Karthik, lymph is blood which will be having WBCs mainly and some plasma part. Lymph के बारे में हम लोग डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे, don't worry. Yes, but it doesn't have any RBCs, but more number of WBCs. And why blood is basic? अच्छा, उसके अंदर बाइकार्बोनेट आयंस प्रेजेंट होते हैं ना. बाइकार्बोनेट आयंस मेक्स द ब्लड बेसिक. ट्रांसपोर्ट फॉर व्हाट? इम्यून सिस्टम कैसे फंक्शन करता है इम्यूनिटी वाले चैप्टर में नहीं पढ़ा है. लास्ट टाइम डिस्कशन आई थिंक. अच्छा, पता नहीं, आई डोंट नो इफ यू हैव एवर टेकन एनी सीजीएस क्लासेस और नॉट. इम्यून सिस्टम कैसे फंक्शन करता है बच्चा? इट विल टेक अ लॉन्ग टाइम बिकॉज बहुत सारे एस्पेक्ट्स हैं उसके. पूरा कैस्केड डिस्कस करना होगा. बाय रयान, टेक केयर.